it's short stories rather than a whole bunch of like long stories. And there's photographs, and sometimes you add artwork, and people will like write stuff for the artwork and put that in there too as well. So like it's pretty unique.
I like being up in front of the class. I like the relationships that I form. I like keeping in touch with the students, and it's just I like days where I realize the day has gotten away from me, and I've had so much fun that day, because I think teaching really can be fun.
I advise beginner guitarists to practice every day. That's really important. And while you're practicing, listen to the song, use a metronome, right? Start slow and then go faster.
I'm Aiden Rodriguez.
I am Christian Valladares.
I'm Melanie Brown. I'm Layla Hollins, and these are the stories tonight on 20 Minutes. Good morning, I'm Layla Hollins, and welcome to another edition of 20 Minutes. First up, we have Christian Valladares interviewing fellow students of the literary magazine. The editors are sending out a call for submissions. If you ever want your work published, this is your opportunity.
Publishing real, tangible book. The North Stafford High School Literary Magazine Club is where the process begins. They review poetry, fiction, and art submissions. They learn professional design, and they manage a print deadline. This is your opportunity to own your critical eye and gain real-world editing experience. Stick around and they'll show you how to get involved.
A literary magazine is a magazine where we compile a whole bunch of artwork, literature, photographs from like all throughout the school, teachers included, and we compile them into a magazine and we like sell it at the end of the year.
As you can see, the literary magazine is always looking for submissions, artwork, poetry, poems, and essays to put on their magazines at the end of the year.
Typically we use stuff from like around the school, and it's short stories rather than a whole bunch of like long stories. And there's photographs, and sometimes you add artwork, and people will like write stuff for the artwork and put that in there too as well. So like it's pretty unique, and it's like
the literary magazine uses pictures and artwork, and they put them on their magazines to show to the public at the end of the year.
Come give us anything, we'll take anything. We want artwork, photographs. What can you think of? Send us like a photo of like, yeah, photos are a thing. Send us a photo of like one of your little Lego builds. We'll take it, we'll put it in there, we'll put it front page, not front page, I don't know. Just give us anything, we'll take it. We just want your stuff because we have no submissions, so I need something from you.
Now you know what the process is to join the literary magazine and what they do after school during 2:15 all the way to 3 p.m. Submit now and join.
Thank you, Christian. Now, next up, we have Aiden Saray with the English department.
No. Hi, my name is Aiden Rodriguez, and today we'll be talking about how important teaching is and how it has an impact on students. What inspired you to become a teacher?
I think I was inspired to become a teacher when I was in college. I wasn't planning on being a teacher. I was an English major, and I hadn't decided what I wanted to do. And then in one of my literature classes, the professor had us actually teach the lesson, and I got up and taught the lesson, and I realized that I was having a really good time. And then the professor commented that if I hadn't thought about teaching, that I should think about it, and that's what did it for me.
And how would you define the purpose of teaching?
Purpose of teaching, I think that's to kind of reach the unreachable, and to try to inspire kids to want to learn and to want to read and to do it.
What do you enjoy most about working with students?
I like being up in front of the class. I like the relationships that I form. I like keeping in touch with the students, and it's just I like days where I realize the day has gotten away from me, and I've had so much fun that day, because I think teaching really can be fun.
And how do you help students stay motivated?
I try to find interesting things for them to read, and to make them want to read, and to make them want to read more. And I think I had talked about that earlier, but I think that's very important. I try to tell my own personal stories that connect to what we're reading or studying, in hopes that the students will share theirs too, or the students will make those connections too when they're reading.
And what impact do you hope to leave on your students?
I hope they'll remember me, and I certainly want to remember them too. I like keeping in touch with former students and seeing how much they've grown and what they've done, and I hope that they'll always know how much I care.
Today we've seen how important teaching is to students. And not only just the students, but the teachers as well. We've seen what motivates Mrs. Garrison as an English teacher, and we are so grateful to have her. Thank you, Mrs. Garrison.
Thank you, Aiden. And for our final story tonight, we have Melanie giving us an inside look at what are the goings-on in North Stafford's advanced guitar class. The students are building on the basic skills and making guitar a lifelong enjoyment.
Hello, I'm Melanie Brown, and on today's edition of 20 Minutes, I interviewed North Stafford's advanced guitarist. To start off, students expressed their preference for the guitar, with the reasons ranging from one's culture to the sound of the instrument.
I mean, it's from my culture, so, can't go wrong with my own culture.
I prefer the guitar because it's an instrument that's used a lot, right? I think mostly everyone prefers the guitar over any other instrument because you can play anything with it, and it has a beautiful sound.
As stated earlier, the students' preference for guitar stems from their culture. As shown in the previous clips, a student's culture also plays into their preference of music genres.
I play regional Mexican, right? Mexican music, fast pace. I also prefer slow pace, slow music, like alternative rock.
On the topic of music genres, two students share the genre of pieces they typically play in class.
I mean, don't we mostly? Sometimes we play classical stuff and or other rock stuff.
It's mostly classical. I mean, in terms of the music that we're actually performing for people.
Probably right now, as in like right now, because our winter concert is actually December 17th. So show up. But
Yeah.
More classical stuff. But maybe in the beginning of the year, it was more like rock stuff.
Rock, metal.
Like
Black Sabbath.
yeah, Black Sabbath,
Stuff like that.
Ozzy Osbourne, stuff like that. So.
Yeah, but in terms of stuff we're playing, it's more classical, like for the people. And it's a lot of different styles too. Like you get some Japanese stuff. We played
yeah.
a piece, La Llorona, which is like
La Llorona,
a
that
Mexican
was-
traditional
yeah.
Mexican folk piece. so-
Kimono, we had Kimono.
Yeah, so there's a lot of diversity. It's not
Yeah.
like just because we're playing classical doesn't mean it's the same thing over and over
You know,
again.
you have Spanish, Japanese, others. Oh, well.
I guess good. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
I like playing folk music a lot. Like when I'm at home, like Elliott Smith, Joni Mitchell, like that's the kind of stuff that I like to play. I do like the classical stuff we play. The piece we're playing right now, Morquai, that we're going to be doing for our concert, I really like that piece. I like the part that I have. I play the melody, so stuff like that. But when I'm at home, it's mostly folk music. That's just the kind of thing that I always am geared towards.
It's clear that students like to express their music taste through the guitar. This is a difficult skill for many beginners to learn, so the students have provided some words of advice.
Just practice more. Just be consistent overall.
I advise beginner guitarists to practice every day. That's really important. And while you're practicing, listen to the song, use a metronome, right? Start slow and then go faster.
Practice makes perfect, and these students are the epitome of that phrase. And with that, today's story on North Stafford's Advanced Guitarist has concluded. See you all next time.
Thank you, Melanie. And now to wrap up our show, that brings us to the end of another packed edition of 20 Minutes. We hope you enjoyed. Join us next time for more news and stories from around the campus.